like to stay logged into that because it inevitably fucks stuff up.
Ooh, watch your language. I'm on. I'm on. I also found a card making kit that my mom had, and I kept it because it was my mom's, but I never thought I'd use it. And apparently, I'm thinking about using it. Yep, I am. Yeah. Ugh, I need a fluffier pillow. This thing's hard. All the fluff is out of it. It's no longer a fluff pillow.
Where's your red one? You want it?
It's too high.
Oh.
I need something like memory foam or something.
Gotcha.
For me bum.
You know how that works.
Hi, Brittany. It's good to see you.
By the way, the picture looks great.
Okay. Thank you, Mark. How are you today, Brittany? You're first. Yay. Oh, hey, Pat. I figured you'd stay over with Sean because he's doing that 500 subscription giveaway thing. And, you know, I'm okay. A little tired. Mark's tired. Everybody's tired. Oh, my God. Brittany, 6 kids. Geez, I thought 2 was a lot. I had 2 boys, and, man, they were, like, all over the place all the time. Woohoo! Talk about energy. Hey, Nick and Tina. Or Nick or Tina. 5 girls and 1 baby boy. Wow. Yeah, see, my mom said that if you're going to have 2, you might as well just go ahead and have as many as you want, because one was one type of thing, and then more than one was just, that's it. That's a lot. But my mom had 8, so she kind of, 8, poor lady. I know, and a lot of people of older generations have more kids than that. And that, I don't know, I couldn't do it. 2 was so hard on my body. I was just like, I'm done. No more. Lisa, good to see you. Awesomeness. Man, if you guys didn't make it to Lisa's live stream yesterday, you sure missed a really fun live stream. That was Lisa and her husband Adrian. They are so funny and so good at the live stream stuff. It was just, and the coloring was great. And I learned something new. I learned something new every time I go to a live stream, but I learned something really significant, I feel, yesterday with the white charcoal and putting colored pencil over the white charcoal. That was cool. Anyway. Oh, let's see here. I wish I could turn off these notifications. They keep popping up and getting in my way of the chat. I'll figure it out later. Brittany, I don't get a lot of my notifications either. I don't know what the deal is. YouTube is just kind of picky about it, I think. It's a YouTube thing. You don't get one today. You've been bad or whatever. So that explains it. Yeah, Mark says. So I put all of my stuff back the way that it was before, except for my computer. My computer's up here and my pencils are over here, whereas before it was the opposite way. But I got a new light, and if you guys, if you have any problems seeing, it has to kind of, like, if I put my hands here, it's going to change the focus and light. But if I move them, it'll change the focus and light again. So you can see the picture, but give it a chance to kind of equalize and even out. And if you still can't see the picture, or if you're having trouble because of focusing, first of all, check your settings when you rest your pointer in the screen of the video, down on the lower right, there should be like a little cog. Put your pointer there and click, and it'll have like 480, and then it'll say 720 HD, and then below that there's a whole bunch of other things. You kind of want to have that on either 480 or 720, and that'll help clear up the picture. But I just discovered that recently, and I thought it was pretty cool because it's not always me and it's not always YouTube. It could actually be your settings too. So if we just go through and pick, look at everything individually, eventually we'll have it figured out. Okay, Pat.
Hey, put your hands over your drawing for a minute.
Put my hands over my drawing for a minute. Okay. Yeah, see it refocused. So.
Yeah, but the washout isn't as bad when it's on 720.
Okay, Mark says that the washout isn't as bad when it's on 720. So if you're having trouble, go to 720, and if you can go to 720, leave it there, and perhaps that will help. So okay, just a few. I know we haven't been on for 10 minutes yet, but I'm going to go ahead and start with the announcements, which are few. First of all, there's the Spooktober Colorathon next weekend. I'm super excited. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I am streaming on Saturday from 7 to 9. And I'm really, really looking forward to this. It's going to be fun. I'm going to follow the streams around as much as I can. And just enjoy myself when I'm not, I enjoy myself when I'm streaming. I don't know which is better, streaming or not streaming. But anyway, I'm going to enjoy myself the whole freaking weekend because it's a colorathon. And thank you, Nick and Tina, and thank you, Vicky at Vicky Coloring with Vicky, who also helped set it up and schedule. So yeah, Mark doesn't know where the link is to the schedule, Nick and Tina, or Nick or Tina. So Nick, is Tina there with you? And how are you guys feeling? So anyway, yes, I have some fun things planned, and I'm really hoping that we can just make this like a super duper fun thing, and that I know other people have fun things planned, and I'm looking forward to just hopping around. It's like stream hopping, kind of like bar hopping, but without the alcohol. Well, I suppose you could have the alcohol, but now I'm just rambling. So anyway.
It's always more fun with alcohol.
It's always more fun with alcohol. Oh my gosh. Actually, I have a lot of fun without alcohol. I just need oxygen. Okay, so there's that announcement. And yes, I do have my picture picked out. Well, I have two pictures picked out. And I think what we'll do is, this didn't print very well, but I may print it again. But we're going to pick between one of these. Probably it'll be this one, a Selena Fenech one. But it'll be one of these. Since I'm only streaming, I've only got one stream slot. We probably won't get done with one, but I'll try. And I don't know, I like this one better because it's like serious creepy, and this is kind of cutesy creepy. But I like this one too because it's got the big, wings and pumpkin and all. And I could use Lisa's tutorial for the pumpkin and just make everything else kind of dim. And yeah, it'd be fun. Anyway, I don't know if that would work, but I can make it work. I do that sometimes. So yeah, there's that. Also, I am getting ready to load up a bunch of ephemera supplies into my Etsy store. I did post my Etsy link. I added my Etsy link to the description of the video. So if you want to go check my Etsy store, there's not much right there. There's not much in the store right now because it's kind of technically under construction. So, hey, Emily, good to see ya.
Thank you
Mr.
to Nick and Tina.
Thank you, Nick and Tina, for that link. Thank you very, very much. Awesome mod. Sorry, I'm sorry, Emily. You know what? I miss your streams, man. I know you've been having like difficulties, and I wish that wasn't so, because I'm selfish and I just want you to stream because they're fun. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna be loading up some stuff, some ephemera supplies. I found a whole bunch of stuff that I inherited from my mother, and I haven't even gone through it all yet. So that's going to go in my Etsy store. And I was gifted a few things from a friend of mine, and I just wanted to show you because I'm floored by what she gave me. First of all, there's this. This book it was printed in 1891 or something, and yes, it's falling apart. But look at these great pictures. Oh my God. And the pages are already stained, so there's no staining involved. I mean, this book is amazing. It's a freaking amazing. I was just like, she goes, is that okay? It's falling apart. And I was like, excuse me? So anyway, yeah, there's this. And I'm just like, I'm so excited. I love making things. When I'm not coloring or drawing, I love making things. If it's jewelry, that's great. If it's other stuff, that's great. Then there's this book that she also sent over. And this book is Piping Hot and Other Stories by Zola. And it's got a little William Shakespeare. Oh, sorry. A little William Shakespeare stamp down here with gold on it. And this book is in like almost perfect condition. And it's really cute. I mean, I'm afraid to even touch it. 1951. So it's almost an antique. It's a vintage. Isn't that gorgeous? I love books. I love, love, love books. Anyway, oh, did that say love potions?
It did.
That said love potions. Look at that. Oh, there's a cobweb on it. How fun. I didn't even have to put it there. Oh, how cool. I might have to read this before I get rid of it. Anyway, so there's that. And then I was kind of browsing through some YouTube streams. I found one that made this. And all the stuff on it is my ideas, but it's a trifold little thing. It's like just a stash book that you can put in your journal. And I just have this stuff sitting around. But I'm thinking, ooh, I could do like Halloween themed stuff all year long, right? So I've got like this little kitty, and this says curiosity is life. What? I mean, it's a cat thing, right? This is actually, I believe it's a woodpecker feather that I found in the yard. This I got from a place online on Etsy called Chocolate Rabbit, a store called Chocolate Rabbit. And then I've got these things, like I've got you can write on these little notes. And then here is a little tarot card. It's the Three of Pentacles. Thought that was kind of neat. And I have a bunch of stamps like this, like Halloween stamps. This one is like a little tuck. And there's like a little thing for notes here. And I distressed the paper. And then this little picture is an oracle card. I have Llewellyn catalogs. I used to buy from them for my store. And then I have this. I just tucked that card in there from a vintage. No, it's not a vintage deck, but it's a cool deck. And then I've got this envelope that I made. I made the envelope from scrapbooking paper and a couple of sheets of other paper, parchment paper, to, you know, write your notes on and stuff like that. But I just thought, how fun would that be, you know? How fun would that be to just make a bunch of stuff and then put that? I could put ephemera, and I could put ephemera supplies in my Etsy store. And I just think that would be super fun. But anyway, that's probably boring for you guys. So let's just get to coloring, okay? Let's see. Oh, bye, Leslie. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, no. What's this? Emily, you're not improving. You don't have pneumonia or something, do you? Oh my God. Oh, there you go. Emily, your husband's a keeper. Oh, see, Pat said it too. Well, thank you, Pat. I'm glad you're never bored. I feel the same way. Kenny. Hi, Kenny. It's good to see you. Wow. Thank you for coming by. We're going to start coloring here. I didn't do anything else on this, but I did get kind of some stuff on it from the old book.
Oh, Emily says they did a chest x-ray and no pneumonia.
Oh, thank God. Oh, my God. Pneumonia it sucks big time. Thank you, Nick and Tina. I appreciate that. Yes, I can use all the likes I can get. Although, the little clicky, the like thumbs up thing has been really acting weird lately. The other day all the streams I went to in one particular day, I'd click the like thumbs up button icon and it would thumb up and then it would go away. So I'd click it again and then it would count me again, but then it would go away. So every time I clicked it, it would count me again, but then it would go away. And I was just like, YouTube is possessed, dudes. Because it was just, I was like, I know it is weird, Emily. It's totally weird. And then today I was in YouTube Gremlins, totally. Yep. Mm-hmm. Today I was in a couple of streams and I was clicking the like, and it was like, it looked like I was the only one clicking the like because it would show like 1 or 2 likes. And I would be like, what? I know there's more likes than that because, you go into a stream where it's a popular host and that people are respecting that and they're giving their likes, but I wasn't seeing them. So I was just like, man, YouTube's possessed again. Okay. Oh, and you know what? One other thing. I went into my books of reference material, and I didn't do this last time because it would have taken me way too long and I wasn't prepared. But Cerridwen, we're looking at Cerridwen, or you can alternately pronounce it Cerridwen, but I always pronounce it Cerridwen because sometimes it's spelled with a K. So it just makes sense to me that would be pronounced with a K sound. So anyway, I found this entry in this Encyclopedia of Wicca and Witchcraft that I've had for, I don't know, freaking ever. This book has seen better days. But anyway, it's really cool. This book says it's a Celtic goddess. So she is a Celtic goddess associated with cauldrons and the underworld. Her name refers to the color white and is connected to a Celtic legend related to the White One, a mystical sow. Some people believe her name means white grain. In Celtic lore, Cerridwen had the ability to transform into various creatures such as a greyhound. Here we have the hound. Where was I? Darn it, I hate it when I lose my place. An otter. Here's the otter. A hawk. That is, I guess, supposed to be a hawk. A hen. This is a hen over here. And here's the sow over her head, where that's the symbolism there. Her ability to change shape and the connection of her name to the color white has led some people to conclude that Cerridwen was a moon goddess. In Celtic mythology, Cerridwen was married to a giant named, and I'm not pronouncing it right because Celtic words are rarely ever pronounced like they appear, Tegidfoil. In her role as a goddess, Cerridwen was keeper of a magical cauldron of wisdom. In one legend, Cerridwen prepares a magical brew of enlightenment when 3 magical drops from the cauldron intended for Morfan fell instead on Gwion Bach, giving him unique wisdom and insight. Angered, Cerridwen pursues Gwion, and both change shapes during the pursuit. Gwion becomes a hare. Cerridwen transforms into a greyhound to chase him, of course. Gwion then leaps into a river and becomes a fish. Cerridwen follows and changes into an otter. Gwion flees the water and becomes a bird. Cerridwen responds by chasing him as a hawk. Finally, Gwion turns into a grain of wheat and is swallowed by Cerridwen in the form of a hen. So as she's a hen and she eats the grain. She then becomes pregnant from the seed and gives birth to the bard, Taliesin. In modern Wicca or witchcraft, many people believe that Cerridwen is a mother goddess of Welsh origin. She dwelled in Caer City, also known as Caer Fewyd, and otherworld realm represented in the stars as a spiral. So she's some histories say that she's Celtic, and some histories say that she's Welsh, but that's like a minor thing because Celtic and Welsh they're not super, super close geographically, but they are. I mean, if you look at the whole world. So anyway, I thought that was interesting, and I thought, it'd be cool to read it to you guys. The Cauldron of Wisdom, and the 3 drops, and how she shape shifted and changed into animals to try it, because she was angry and all that stuff. And then she eating the grain and then becoming pregnant. And that's like an age-old story about, death and rebirth. So I thought that was kind of neat. So just wanted to share that with you. Hound, yes, Lisa. Let's see. Charlotte. Hi, Charlotte. A mystical sow. Emily. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start. Now, what we were working on before was we were working on the cloth for her top, and I was shading it in with these colors. I had started with the lightest color, which is, and we're using Prismacolors. Yay, Prismacolors. So we were starting with PC 913 Spring Green, and I had just gotten the first layer on, but I left this part white for the highlight because it's like, well, it's here and it's here, but I wanted to kind of blend it all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit more color up here because I haven't worked on it since last time, and I wanted to put a little bit more under of this bright green underneath the other greens.
Are you doing Friday evening streams?
Oh yeah, you're right, Pat. Pat offered me her slot on Friday evenings, not a couple days ago, but starting this next week, I'm going to be going on Fridays, health allowing, and we'll do coloring. I want to also get into like ink tints and watercolor and Neo2s and stuff like that. And I've been practicing with all of that stuff in the morning, so I can have a little, because I haven't really ever used Derwent ink tints pencils. I've used them a little bit more, but the Neo2s I haven't used a whole lot, and so I need some practice with those. But there's also some other techniques that I want to try that I've been kind of picking up from other live streams, like Dee Dee Willingham. She does where she paints over a picture. For example, in one of the Kirby books, she painted over the picture with a thin layer of acrylic paint in order to protect the page, but also because the Prismacolors go on really well over the acrylic. So I wanted to try that too, because I'm really curious about how different pencils would react with the acrylic paint. For example, what does a Prismacolor look like when you're coloring over? How easy is it, and how does it react to the acrylic on the page? And then also like the Black Widows and the Arteza and the watercolor pencils and all that. What can I do with those? And so I figured we can experiment together, and then I can make mistakes for you. And that way you don't have to spend any money or any other time experimenting, and we can kind of gather that knowledge together, which is cool. But I mean, if you guys want to follow along, that would be cool too, because then I could get instant feedback and you guys could get instant feedback. So it'd be cool. Oh, Brittany, they are so fun. Ink tints pencils. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you, Kenny. I appreciate that. I do try. I love this. This is just coloring. I have only been actually coloring like this for about a year. Of course, I've got a background in art, so a little bit of knowledge there, but when I first started coloring, it was so funny with the colored pencils and coloring books and on PDFs and stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to ruin anything. And now I'm just like, it's paper, do it. So I'm just doing it. In fact, let's see, where's that book? I did a watercolor in one of the Momo girls. Let me go get that. I'll show you guys. Oh, if I can find it, that is. It should be right here. Nope. 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 Oh, darn. Well, you okay over there, Mark?
Yeah, just trying to breathe and swallow at the same time.
You need to quit doing that. Yeah, I can't find it. I'm so organized. Well, I wasn't prepared to show that book anyway. But yeah, I did a watercolor in, I think it's Girls with Poems. And it came out fairly well. I need practice. I need practice because it's different than you know, just throwing watercolor down on a piece of hot press or cold press paper and coloring that way. That way you know, you can let the watercolor do what it wants to, and then go in afterward with drawing tools, pencils, pens, what have you, and you can draw out shapes and things, which is what I love to do. But couldn't do that on the coloring book page because, of course, it's already got shapes and a picture on it. So, yeah, but still fun. Still, it's a creative adventure. Okay, let's see. Almost done with this one. And the next one is going to be, Kelly Green. Kelly Green, PC 1096. Do you have any questions or anything? Okay, Emily, feel better. I hope you feel better super soon. Man, it sucks being sick. I hate being sick. Hey, Rochelle. It's good to see you. Thank you. Thank all of you guys. Thank all of you guys for being here today. This is super cool. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to go with this darker one. I'm going to go kind of, well, I'm going to start at the top. And because I don't want to lose my folds in this cloth, because I printed it in light gray, I kind of want to go over these folds a little bit so they stand out. Where's my brush? And keep that shadow because it's kind of important right there. I'm going to just make it not too obvious yet because it's harder to erase than it is to stick it in there. So, yeah. So how many of you are doing Inktober? I know Emily is. And I think, oh gosh, I can't remember.
Is Lisa?
Lisa is not, no. Lisa, you're not doing Inktober, are you? You're probably busy enough.
Girlie is.
Hey, Paint Girlie, hi. Yeah, man, Inktober is a challenge. I fell behind, but I caught up yesterday, and I haven't posted today's yet because I just haven't posted it yet. But I'm caught up, and except for sling, and I drew a sling, and I used a fountain pen, 2 fountain pens. One fountain pen has, oh, I'm sorry about bumping the camera, guys. I apologize for that. One fountain pen has water soluble ink and the other one doesn't. It's mostly permanent. But the one that's mostly permanent, it's super fine point tip on the nib. Super fine point. And I love that because it's so easy to draw with. But I realized after I drew it and painted it, and, you know, water brushed it in, made a wash and all that, and shaded it and everything. It looked really nice. I realized that I made a major mistake in the construction of the sling, because it's just a sling. There's nobody in it. You know, there's no arm in it or anything. You know how they used to tie a big piece of cloth around the back of your neck so you could have your arm in a sling. Yeah, no, I made a huge mistake, and it's glaring, and I'm not going to post that one, but I will redo it. So yeah, but my favorite one is Wild, the one that I did for Wild. I don't know if you guys saw that. I'll show you real quick. Yeah, this is the one that I did for Wild. I thought it came out really good. It's with the water-soluble ink from my fountain pen. And I just kind of wanted to make it so that it could be anybody, but I wanted to make it look like, you know, there's wind and all of that stuff. That's my favorite one. And then this is the one that I did for Legend, a unicorn. When I was younger, when I was in junior high and high school, I drew nothing but horses. Me and my next door neighbor friend Patty, we drew horses all the time. She was way better at it than I was, but I don't know. She just had that natural ability. She didn't take any classes. She didn't have any instruction. She just went for it, and man, she was good. And I moved away, and she stayed here in Arizona. I moved away from Phoenix, and then, yeah, I moved to California because my stepdad got transferred. So when I came back, we got back in touch, and she looked at my stuff on Facebook, because I found her on Facebook, and I was like, "Hey, Pat, how you doing?" And she's like, "I just looked at all your artwork that you have uploaded to Facebook. How the heck when did you become such a great artist?" And I was just like, "Oh, wow, thank you." Because coming from her, I was just like so grateful for that compliment. That was like, because she was the first person that I had contact with that was an excellent artist, not counting my mother, of course. But yeah, so I was just like, "Oh, wow." Patty just called me a great artist. Oh my God. I'm not worthy.
Hey, two things really quick.
Yes.
One, try decreasing the light level just a little bit.
Okay.
Because it's starting to wash out. And two.
Is that better?
You got to give it a minute. There's that lag.
Okay. Yeah, it went bright for a second, and then I turned the light down.
Yeah, well, it's still kind of washed out.
Is it washed out?
Yeah.
For crying out loud. Okay, let me see if I can make that.
Anyway, before I go on.
Oops.
Charlotte really likes your artwork.
Thank you, Charlotte. Let's see. Is that better? Is that better?
You gotta wait. It's doing the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going in with grass green, PC 909, and I'm going to darken up in the shaded areas. I think I need to sharpen this thing. I like my pincers really, really sharp for this anyway.
Ask everybody else. Maybe it's just my monitor.
Maybe it's your monitor. Hey, you guys there in chat. Is the picture washed out at all for you guys?
We're still trying to get a grip on the light.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure out the lighting and setup and just a little.
Everybody's saying it's washed out.
Okay.
Not everybody, quite 2 people so far.
Okay.
I think it has to go down some, or maybe angled some. I don't know.
Is that better?
Hang on.
I think that's better. It looks better to me. Her hair. Yeah, her hair is really white. I mean, I need to put color in it to get that, to bring that down.
Yeah, the green seems to be standing out a little more now.
Okay, cool. Oh. I'm just going over this really lightly. I want to leave the white there for now, but I'm going to color on this. I'm going to color the grass green PC 909 over this really lightly. And bring it down a little bit because it needs to come down a little bit. So what color do you guys think her hair should be? I'm thinking red.
Cobalt blue.
Mark says cobalt blue, but he's being a smart aleck.
No, I'm just thinking fantasy elf.
A fantasy elf, but she's not an elf.
I know. No, I know.
That's a little better. Let's see. I'm going to go over here and darken this side up too. Let's go here. Huh.
Charlotte thinks red would be gorgeous.
Ah. I do too, actually.
Ooh, Rochelle says henna.
Henna, yes. Henna. You know, I used to do henna. People used to pay me to put henna on them, which was super fun. That's where my interest in doing tattoos came from. So I started with the henna deal. I love that stuff. It is so beautiful. Make a little dark shadow under here where these two articles of clothing meet, this waist cincher and the fabric. I'm going to make this little spot right here like a little narrow shadow band. And I'm not going really heavy here because I want to go over it with an even darker green. I just want the colors to be really saturated. Oh, it's so pretty. This color green is really pretty. Actually, it's probably the combination of all three of these colors of green because that's what I've used. And oh my God, you guys, I have a chicken in the slow cooker, and the smell is driving me totally bonkers because it smells so dang good. Oh, I can imagine how the dog and the cat feel. They're probably like, oh my God, we're starving. Ugh. A little darker over here. Whoops. Up, slow down, slow down. Okay.
I'm still thinking that light is too bright.
You know, it's not even over the page anymore. I pushed it back like 8 inches. The light.
I get that. I just think it's on too high.
On too high. It's on like maybe a third of full power.
Wow.
Yeah. The new light we have, it's an LED, and it's really, really nice. It's very thin. The surface of the light bulb doesn't get hot. It's on an arm. It has a clamp for the table. It's actually a screw thing, and it's really, really nice. I love it because I can move it without worrying about breaking something. Whereas the old light, because the swing arm doesn't have that many different angles that it can move from. Like it can't spin around very well, and it's the spring in the arm is going. Let's just say it's going. And so whenever I was trying to move the light, I'd move the light, and because the spring isn't working very well, it would just like I'd push it back, and then it would just like slowly come back down because the spring wasn't holding it in. But yeah, this one's really nice, but we're still trying to work with it and see what we can do, and make things better for you guys, because I can see. This is not a problem. Me seeing is not a problem. I want you guys to be able to see. I want your experience to be, good. And I want you to be able to see what I'm doing when I'm doing stuff like that. Let's see if it'll focus. There we go. See how I've got the shadows. I've got the shadows coming down here and up from here. I think I'm going to darken this in a little bit over here, but here, I'm pleased with this. This looks pretty darn good.
You see how the colors pop out when it's darker?
Yes, I do.
I think that's the problem. I think that you're probably going to have to turn that light down some more.
Mark thinks I need to turn the light down some more. So let's see what I can do. It's probably going to get bright for a second because that's the way it works. So hold on.
Yeah. Bear with us, folks, please.
Okay, that's as dim as it's going to get right there. How does that look? Everybody in chat, does that look okay? I think that probably looks a little better.
I do. I think that actually works really well, and Charlotte agrees.
Okay, Charlotte, thank you. Thank you, Rochelle. Okay, just okay, not like super good. Better. Thank you, Paint Girly. Paint Girly, is your name Lee?
Yeah, see, everybody's agreeing. It's
okay.
Coming out better.
Awesome. Okay, good. Yeah, you guys, if ever there's a problem with anything and you can see it in chat and I can't see it because my monitor is in a weird position or because of my bifocals. Oh, Lori. Okay. I thought maybe your name was Lee. Thank you. Anyway, give me a shout in chat, put it in caps. Mark will see it. He's looking and he'll tell me. So, but yeah, I want to know because like I said, I want this to be a good experience for you guys. I don't want you to have to go, God, I can't see a dang thing. Because I mean, you're here to look at what's going on, I'm thinking. So yeah.
Pat's anxious for you to do her hair.
Oh my gosh, really? Oh man. Well, I can switch and do her hair. That's not a problem. I would like to get her clothing done before I do that, but we can modify. I'm flexible that way. And that's the only way I'm flexible because I'm old. Ha ha ha. Otherwise, forget it. I was always jealous of my sister because she could do the splits. She was a cheerleader. Yeah, I was a nerd. She was a cheerleader. She was popular. I was not. Anyway, I'm going to switch back to this medium green, Kelly green, PC 1096, just for a few, and blend this out a little bit because there's too much of a line there for me. I'm just not liking that. There we go. I'm going to get some water real quick because I'm just thirsty.
So while she's getting her water really quick, guys, I've started an Instagram account. It's Roommaster.
You'll have to write it.
Yeah, I may have to. I don't remember. I never remember.
He's going to try and do the link in the for his. And if anybody else has an Instagram link to a website, a YouTube channel, put your three hearts up for your YouTube channel. And if you have a link, for your, you know what we could do? If you have a link that you want to put in there for your for a store or a website or something, why don't we do this? Send me an email or a message or something. I'll give you my email, but send me a message and maybe we should just do that one day. We should just take a day and we should just browse each other's stores or websites or YouTube channels or whatever, because that is a really good way to network. So let me just give you my email. Okay, that is my, oh, sorry guys. That is my email. And then there's Mark's Instagram. If you guys have an Instagram, put it up there. There you go. Nick and Tina, they have a YouTube channel. Pat has a YouTube channel. Who else does?
Is that Pink Girlie that?
Yes, Pink Girlie has a, Lori has a YouTube channel. Excellent.
Lisa Natrokin does.
Yeah, Lisa does. Lisa has a YouTube channel also. Do you have a picture picked out for Spooktober? Oh, yeah, I do. Actually, I have the, hey, Victoria, good to see you. Pat, I have these two pictures. And oops, here we go. I was going to wait until the day of and have the people in chat pick one or the other. So we'll vote and then we'll color. Right after we enjoy some mischief. I know, I kind of like this one because it's got like these big, you know, the wings. And I was thinking about maybe using this iridescent medium and coloring on that. And then I like the feather wings too, because, well, I collect feathers and it just reminds me of an angel. So like a dark angel or something. Then this one's got like just little ladybugs. I love those. That's so cute. And they both have a big, huge moon in the back, which is awesome. So yeah, we'll probably just take a vote the day of and we'll figure it out then. So keep those in mind. So we'll do 1 or 2. So think about that while you're thinking about Spooktober.
Pink Girlie's got Instagram and an Etsy store.
Oh, you've got an Etsy store? Sweet. Time to be creative. I'm going to write that down. Where's my pen? I don't have it, so I'm going to use a pencil. And my paper. There's my paper. Oops.
You know, I'm looking at the spelling. Does that mean that? Oh, never mind.
What? Time to. There's Lisa. Lisa has a YouTube channel and a website. Lighting is perfect. Thank you, Lisa. Good, because it was a little washed out a few minutes ago. So let's see. Time to be creative. To be creative. Does anybody else have an Etsy store? Lisa, you have an Etsy store, don't you? Okay, Victoria has a YouTube and IG. So if you want to put your mouse pointer to the right of her name in chat onto the extreme right, you'll see 3 dots. And if you click on that, it'll come up with a little drop-down menu that says go to channel. One of the options is go to channel. You can just click that. If you're on a PC or a laptop, it should just open a new tab or a new window, depending on how you have your computer set. And it won't disturb this stream. So yeah, you can do that. But so time to be creative, and that's you, Paige, Girlie, Lori. Okay, and mixed media art in light bulb. Oh, cool! I gotta go look at that. That sounds like
now.
Not right now though. No, not right now. I'll do that later. That sounds like fun. Okay, back to it. So let's see, what am I doing here? I am doing this darker green. This is grass green PC 909. And my point is gone. There we go. That's better.
Nika 123 says hi.
Hey, Nika, good to see you. Thank you, Mark. Mark keeps telling me what's going on in chat. Thank you. That way I can color and I don't have to look up so much. So that's cool. Good mod. It's good that he's in the room over there, like 15 feet away, because Okay, now I am going to use the darkest green that I have, which is coincidentally dark green. It is a BC 908, and I'm going to sharpen it just real quick here and put a little point on it. And very cool, very cool. Yep, that's a point, all right. Get rid of some of this shaving stuff. Okay. Yeah, I'm turning my page, guys. So yesterday when we were watching Lisa's live stream, they showed pictures of her studio, her workstation, and it is really nice. And she was talking about how she doesn't turn her page because she can stand up and move around. And man, I got jealous. I got to tell you, honestly, yeah, I'm a little jealous because that would be the best way to do it. That's absolutely. So, yeah, but I mean, as it is now, I can't, I'm tucked in a corner kind of here, so I can't really get up and move around. However, I may at one point rearrange everything so I can. I don't know.
Hey, Girlie's got a question.
Yes, question. If you wanted a darker green value than dark green, what would you use? I would have underpainted it. I would have undercolored it with another color. If you have one of these, you can always get your contrasting color. Contrasting for green is red, and that's what I probably would have done. Either that or I would have gone in with a dark gray. But if you undercolor it, if you like underpaint it with red, it's going to come out really, really dark. So that's what I would have done. But just a very, very light layer, soft, easy pressure, very light layer. And it'll just bring, I could still do it over the top of the green, but I don't want to right now. I may do that later when I go into shade, do the final shading and stuff. But yeah, it works really good. That type of thing works really good. Oh, cool. Oh, Pat, you're gonna love that charcoal. That stuff is the bomb. Yeah, try just putting a very thin Paint Girly, a very, very light layer of red underneath, or if alternately you want to just do like a bold, dark, very deep shadow, you could always go in with like a micron pen and try it that way. You can get micron pens in brown and all different colors. It doesn't have to be black, and it's still a pigment, waterproof, smudge proof, archival, pH neutral ink. So it's awesome. It's Sakura micron pens. So yeah, those are really good to use. I like them. Alternately, my son sent me these for my birthday. You can use these as well. They're Molotov. They're black liners, permanent, and they come in, as you can see, they come in all different sizes and stuff. So these are good also. And I don't know what the price range on these are, but you can get the Sakura liners, pigment pens at Michael's and Hobby Lobby, and you can use they're a little bit more expensive than just, your regular pen, but you can always use a 40% off coupon or wait until they go on sale or something like that and grab them then. That's what I do. I'll go in and I'll buy, like if I find something expensive that I want or out of my budget anyway, I'll go in with a coupon and I'll just buy one thing or two things, if the other thing is really inexpensive. And I will just take advantage of that coupon, and that way I don't spend a whole lot of money. What's going on? Oh yeah, the ladybird. Yeah. Oh yeah, Paint Girly. Sakura's nice. Yeah, it's a good thing to have around. There you go. There's Lisa's Etsy store name. Coolness. Network like crazy, guys. So I'm just going to go in with a light layer of this dark green, and I'm going to concentrate it down at the very bottom, like where the shadow is going to fall, because this looks like it's glowing, so I'm just going to go with that. So I'm going to make this deeper here. And yeah, you know what? If you turn up the contrast, if I put red down here or a darker gray or something like that, and I make this super, super dark, then the lightest part is going to look even lighter. And I kind of wanted it to look shiny, kind of like silky. So I may do that anyway, but I haven't decided yet because I kind of just go with the flow when I do stuff like this. Well, when I do any art, really. And that's when I was oil painting. That's what I would do. I was just make a mistake, build something out of that with paint. And I learned to do that because it's just so much more fun than trying to cover it up and so unstressed, you know. It's like, I don't know. Like I was saying before, stream of consciousness, but it's also way more relaxed. So it's better for my head, for my brain. Okay, well, alrighty, I am going to switch back to my lightest green, and I'm going to blend some of this here in, leaving this, and there's a little, you probably cannot see it very well. There is a small band of white, like right here, and it's not totally, you can't really tell in some places because of the grayscale, but there's some parts down here, a narrow band that I've left uncolored. But yeah, so I'm gonna bring this and blend this down a little bit, and I'm gonna leave the whitish. I don't want to color that totally in right yet, but I do want to blend this down here. Just pull it down a little bit. I sound like Zucchini Kitty. Karen's awesome. Karen is awesome. And that reminds me, you know, she was doing one picture in one of her Hannah Carlson books where she painted the background over with black acrylic paint, matte black. And that stuff looks really cool. I mean, matte black, you can color over it with colored pencils. So it's almost like using black paper. And I was just like, oh, dude. Oh, so cool. Anyway, yeah. Something else to try. Get messy art. I'm using about, I don't know, a third of the pressure I could use, and I'm kind of going in little circles. So I'm not pushing very hard here. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on my pencil, but I'm putting enough that it's blending. And the circles are kind of just making it look, I don't know, more blended from right off the bat. So there's that. Technique. A lot of people will color in straight lines, and I do that too. It depends on the picture. It depends on what I'm doing. So and as you will hear a lot when people are coloring, there isn't really a wrong way. You do what you do. You do it the way that you want to do it until you get it to look the way that you want it to look. And don't stress about it, because, I mean, even if you're coloring in a coloring book, it's still just paper. But if you're not that confident in coloring in a coloring book, print it. Because then if you mess it up, if you feel you mess it up, if you don't like the way it's coming out and there's really no way to fix it, throw it away. Yep. It is just a thing. It's from inside of you, and what's inside of you isn't going away. Right there, her top is looking a little better. I'm going to bring this down. Who? Hey, Belinda. Hi. How are you? Are you streaming today later on? I'm just going to wait for the answer. Yes, honey, in an hour. Okay, cool. Alrighty. Oh, sweet. So all of you guys, Belinda has a YouTube channel. She's going to be streaming in an hour. You probably want to go watch her if you're interested in coloring because she is phenomenal. I love her work. Watching her just, I don't know, it's really, really cool. So, take a look. Take a look. She's got everything set up. She's been doing this a while, so she's got things set up really nicely. It's a pleasure to watch, and it's a pleasure to watch her because she always has really good tips and techniques. So, yeah, man, go for it. What do you got to lose, right? But yeah, Belinda's super talented. Okay, I think I'm going to move on. I'm going to leave the greens. Oops, sorry, guys. I bumped that with my glasses. Isn't that weird? Because it's right by my face. Which, by the way, if I get too loud, let me know because...
Oh, check out what Belinda says.
I'm not coloring today. Going to be making a book for my... Oh, dude, that is so cool. I cannot wait. I got to watch that. Yep, I got to watch that. Because you were talking about that last stream, and I was just like, oh, man, that is such a great idea. That is an excellent idea. Yep. I don't know if you guys know what she's talking about with the witches, but there's a Ines Guerrero. Ines, is that the way you say her name? Her first name. I hope I'm saying that. I hope I'm not butchering that. But anyway, she's got on her Facebook page this deal where you can color her pictures, and they're all witches, and each of us is making a coven, and I think she just came out with 2 new witches, and some of them are patron only on Patreon, and some of them are from her Etsy store. And she's a really phenomenal artist, and I love her work. It's like, let's see, I did one. What did I do with that? Oh, it's over there. Anyway, you've probably seen it. I know Pat just finished one, and it's her work is just super fun. So anyway, so Belinda's like totally just going for it and coloring a lot of these witches. And I don't know where you find the time, girl, but man, they are so beautiful. And so now she's going to be making a book to put them all in, which is an excellent idea. Her Coven of Witches from 2019, right? Oh my God. So looking forward to that. Okay. So I'm going to leave the top kind of like that. And I wanted to make this blue, but because I got a request for hair, I'm going to start on the hair. And then what I'm going to also do is I'm going to do the hair, but then I'm going to do the other animals because I did the sow because I was already using flesh tones and the sow was flesh tones. So I went ahead and used that. I may also darken up the skin shadows at the end when I'm doing the touch-up shadows. So, but we're going to start on the hair. So I'm going to grab some colors here. Oops. Let's see. Let's do this one is terracotta. And somebody said henna. That's a good idea too. Henna. And for the darker places, let's go to the browns. And I'm going to pick out, what is this? Sienna brown is a good color. Where are, oh, they're right here. Burnt ochre now. This is sienna brown, isn't it? Yeah, there's sienna brown. Terracotta. And for the lighter spots, let's do, and I don't know if I'm going to use all of these colors, but because I change my mind in midstream sometimes, I'm going to get them out anyway. I'm also going to bring some orange, pumpkin orange. There's the pumpkin orange. And I'll call out the colors again as I use them. And for highlights, I think I want to do this one, which is yellowed orange. Make sure this is an older pencil. And it's from my mom. I don't think she realized that when you drop these, they become questionably, sometimes they are questionable whether you can sharpen them or not. Let's see, extreme highlights. I don't know if I'm going to do that. Who's leaving?
Lisa.
Oh, darn. Okay, Lisa. Oh, it's your dinner time, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I thought. Thank you for being here. I really super appreciate it, and have a great evening. Tell Adrian we said hi. And tell your babies, your fur babies, we said hi too. Or smooch them or something. Let's see, jasmine. That's kind of a muted yellow. I like that one. That's a cool color. Let's see. Yep, I like that. I'm going to move this piece of paper though. Let's see. Oh, so I have a list on this pad of I can't wear perfume because I have asthma. So I keep this list, and I didn't realize it was here, but it's from a place on Etsy. I'm sorry, a place online, not on Etsy, called Whisper Sisters Perfume Oils. And this lady is just one woman. She does all the blends herself. But I made this list a while ago, and I guess I forgot about it in there. Anyway, I have enough oils. I don't need any more. I haven't been using them because when I was going through chemotherapy, I couldn't handle the scent. And some of the stuff did not smell good on me because of all of the chemicals that were in my body. So I didn't use them for a really more than a year. I didn't use them because they didn't smell good on me, and I couldn't stand one of them has coconut. It's called Pieces of 8. It has a kind of a coconutty smell, which I freaking love coconut, but I put this stuff on and it instantly gave me a headache. So I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to wear that anymore. I'm sharpening my pencils right now, which is why my arms are here in the way. Yeah. So I thought I'm not going to dress up for my Spooktober colorathon, but I thought I'd adorn my hands and maybe my wrists with some stuff. Oh, darn. Okay. Belinda, take care. And I will see you later because I am going to really, really enjoy watching that whole thing. Absolutely. And you guys, yes, if you want to go to a fun stream, go to Belinda's stream. And she streams I believe it's every Sunday, but in America, it's every Sunday at whatever time zone you're in. It's like she said, in about an hour. So for us, it's going to be 4 o'clock. I don't know what your time is going to be. So yeah, but take care. Oh, Nika, you know what? I'm sorry that I had to go through it all too, because chemotherapy and radiation sucks big time. But I'm alive, and they got it. It was pancreatic cancer, and they caught it because I had gallbladder pancreatitis, and they noticed a shadow on my pancreas, and I'm just like, what? And they caught it, and they got it all. I don't have a pancreas anymore. They had to take it out, but and I'm alive. So yeah, I'm here. I'm still kicking. I am. I was really super, super lucky. And you know how people say everything happens for a reason? I think that happened for some reason. I was supposed to not die, because if they hadn't found it, I would not be alive right now, because pancreatic cancer eats you alive, and it eats you fast. And it was just something they found. So, I mean, my husband has been a total sweetheart through this whole thing. I don't have really any other family. I have my best friend Laura, but other than that, I'm a pretty keep to myself person. So
say hi to Mousy.
Mousy, hi there. Missed stream? No, it's fine. Not chemo, I'm on. Yeah, you know what? The radiation, it's scary because you know that it's not just zapping those bad cells, it's zapping everything. And same with the chemo. It's just they can't differentiate. It destroys your body. I'm still recuperating. My hair is fried, my nails are bad, my skin is still freaking out. But hey, I'm alive. So woo! Oh, I'm sorry to hear. Oh yeah, Nick and Tina, I know that. Yeah, yeah. It's hard. And one of my big problems was, what was I doing? Oh yeah. One of my big problems was depression. And I really, really discovered a new hatred of morphine because I was having the most horrible dreams. Oh my God. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this. This is jasmine. And I don't even know if they still make jasmine in Prismacolors. Anyway, it's kind of a muted yellow. It's PC 10112. And I'm going to kind of just go over here. I'm going to take this and I'm going to make a few highlights, not a whole bunch, because I'm not sure where I'm going to put my shadows yet. And her hair is just like all over the freaking place, but I don't want it to be blonde. I don't want it to look yellow. I want it to look red. So this is just going to be like a highlight. Oh, you know what? I got to do something real quick. I got to dump something into the slow cooker. So, Jill, hold on. I'll be right back. Bryce.
Oh.
You reminded me when you came over here. Yum, onions. There we go. Get in there. Oh God, that smells good. Can I just eat it? Okay, I'm back. Sorry, guys. That's all I had to do is just dump the rice in the slow cooker. I love my slow cooker. Okay, so since most of our light is coming from here, I'm just going to go with that. So some of these spots that look like highlights where the artist has left these white spots that were washing us out earlier, I'm going to actually, there's going to be a shadow on that because that's behind her shoulder. So I'm not going to put my highlight color there. I am going to try and pick out, this is probably going to be highlighted here. And you guys probably aren't going to be able to see this very well, but it's going to work. It'll bring in some highlights from, and eventually it'll be like, basically I'm picking out my highlight spots so I can see them. So I know where not to put a shadow. So, and it's coming through really muted yellow, dark, not like canary or lemon or anything. So that's a couple of things that you can do too. And it's a great underpainting thing too, if you want to lighten something else, because it's a lighter color yellow, but if you don't want it really bright, then you might want to try. If you can get a hold of a jasmine. Like I said, I don't even know if they make this anymore. But anyway.
Hey, so for those of us that are not artists, why would you use yellow as a highlight for red?
Okay, Mark wants to know why I would want to use yellow for a highlight for red. The reason why is because red hair isn't truly red. It's more coppery or orange. It's in the orange range, but the highlights when you're looking at it are going to be like anywhere from like bright penny copper to yellow, and it incorporates all kinds of different shades of red, orange, and yellow. So that's why I wanted to use this as my highlight. It just looks right to me. Does that answer your question, Mark?
It does.
Okay.
But just in case someone else was thinking along the same lines as me, but you guys color more than I do, so.
He doesn't color. He used to do, what were those called?
3D renderings.
3D renderings. So he did work with light sources and color and form. It's just, you know.
But mine was all handled by algorithms.
Yeah, his was all handled by algorithms. There was no, you know, he didn't really have a. He could change things and here tweak them a little. Yeah. And here we rely on, you know, the pencil and what we're seeing here, our lighting and all of that. And I kind of wanted to get into that stuff, the digital rendering, but I'm glad I didn't, because that's just another thing I'd have to learn. And I don't know. I like my graphite, and I like dark yellow mustard. Yes, I see that. Charlotte, I don't care if it is from a bottle. If you're a strawberry blonde, you're a strawberry blonde. That's the end of it. Hi, Mark, the voice in the background. Do you see that? Mousy, I do too. I really like holding a pencil. It's I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm that tactile. I like to be able to and the smell of the pencils, even graphite pencils. Like when you open the new box of pencils, whether it's colored pencils or graphite pencils, oh my God, that smells so good. Just like books smell good. Yeah. Go into a library and you walk into the reference section and oh, that smells so good.
Which smells better, a new box of pencils or a side of leather?
He wants to. Did you guys hear that? What smells better? A new box of pencils or a side of leather? And oh my God. Oh yes, pencil shavings. Yes, paint girly. Yeah. What? I don't know. That I can't decide on that one. A new box of pencils or a piece of leather, which smells better? What do you guys think? Pencils. Mousy says pencils. Totally with you on the smell. Yep. Book smell. Yep. Mm-hmm. There's just something about that book smell. It's I don't know, it's comforting. It brings back really good memories, because, and did you know, speaking of bringing back memories, that your brain, the quickest way to bring back a memory is by smell. So for example, if you have a really good memory of baking bread, and the smell of baking bread makes you feel really good, besides smelling really awesome, the smell of baking bread brings you back to a good place emotionally. It's probably because, and you can probably think about it and figure out where it comes from and why you feel that way. But when I was taking Psych 101, we learned all this stuff. It was really cool. Yes, when you're accessing memories, if you have a smell that helps you access that memory, it can help you remember it better. And alternately, if you would like to build a memory on a smell, you can use that technique to help you remember something. For example, if you want to remember, I don't know, how you feel when you see a field of poppies. And I think about this because up in Portland, my son lives in Portland, and they have a whole poppy growing place up there. If you want to remember that accurately and better and more readily, give yourself a smell that you like. Like maybe it's oranges. It's just, it's cool. It's really cool the way that your brain works. Okay. So this is going to probably she's probably going to have some highlights up here. I'm going to bring these out a little bit up here too, so they look like they're coming forward a little bit. This one's a good one. And that's another thing too, when you're coloring, things that are lighter are going to naturally appear like they're closer to the foreground. things that are darker are going to naturally appear further away. And it's just the way that tones, shadows and lights work. It's a very cool thing. And I'm going to do a little highlight there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Crayola crayons, yes. The 3rd grade, Nika. Yeah, I totally get that. Totally get it. For me, it's that smell of linseed oil, because my mom was an oil painter, and that linseed oil smell is, I can't use it anymore because I can't do the oil painting and too many chemicals right now. But yeah, I think that's where that comes from, because my mom was an oil painter, and she would just leave her stuff and it made the whole place smell like good memories, you know? So yeah, it's cool. It is cool still. Yeah, let's put one there. I'm going to bring this out a little bit. And it may look, oh shoot, sorry, I bumped the camera with my glasses again. Dang glasses. Let's do a little bit there. Let's do a little bit up here. And I'm not doing strands because she's kind of far away. I may do some strands later on when we get to the darker colors, because I may want to emphasize something more. But you don't, if your subject and their hair is further away, you don't really need to do, this one could use some strands. A, it's a lot of work, and B, like Lisa was saying in her live stream yesterday, it may look real, but then sometimes you can do it where it's overdone and it looks too strandy. She didn't say that. That's my words. So think about it. Okay. Oh, you can see? Oh, cool. Good. Awesome. Oh, that's cool, Mousy. Sometimes a picture or a color will make me smell whatever it reminds me of. Weird when that happens. It is weird, but logical. I get it. Okay, so I'm going to go to, I hate it when I do that. I dropped the pencil, so it hit the page, and there's probably an orange mark somewhere. Yep, it's in the green. Oh, well. A polka dotted top. Let me see. Just kidding. This is yellowed orange, so it's our next darkest color, PC 1002, and I've got it sharpened not to an extreme point, but it's pretty sharp. So we're going to go, and I'm going to do more of her hair with this color, because as we get darker, it's going to be, as we use darker colors, more of it's going to look darker because of where the light is situated. So yeah, so I'm just going to not color in the lightest parts, and I'm only going to use a little bit of this because I don't want it super bright. I want it kind of darker, but I like to put different colors in, because when you look at hair, like when I was a kid, I looked at my sister's hair in the sun one day, and she has brown hair, unremarkable, regular old brown hair. But when I was close to it, I could see red and blue and pink. And we were kids. She wasn't coloring her hair, you know? Yeah, I was like, I don't know, 7 or 8. And we were just outside, and I noticed when I looked up and I was sitting really close to her that I could see all these different colors in her hair. It was beautiful. So that was like the first time that I ever noticed how many colors were in hair.
Do you remember approximately how old you were?
Yeah, I was like 7 or 8, probably.
So you were an artist way back when.
I was an artist way back when. I was already taking note of colors and shapes and all kinds of things. In fact, one of the crazy things that I used to do when I was all by myself, and you guys are going to think I'm a total whack job, but I would play with my shadow. And what I would do is, like one time I had a little kid cowboy hat, and I was probably about the same age, 7 or 8. And I would put the hat on, and I would change the way that I was standing so that my shadow would look like I was doing something that I wasn't actually doing. So my shadow would look like I was, I don't know, I can't even remember, but like I was wearing a hat, this cowboy hat, and the shape of my face looked like I was doing something else, like maybe I was blowing bubbles or something, like bubble gum. And I would just like change my position to where it would change my shadow in such a way that I could play with it like that. And if you were watching me from a distance, you probably were thinking, oh yeah, that one's got problems. Yeah, but it was fun. I mean, it was fun. I was a little kid, you know.
What are you talking about? You still do that.
I still do that. I take note of it. I don't play with my shadow anymore. It's like too much to do to stand there and play with my shadow. Although I do stop and smell the flowers. You know that old saying, you got to stop and smell the flowers? I do still do that. You have to. It's just, you have to smell the flowers. Little bit here and there. I'm going to put a little bit of this brighter stuff inside here in her part of her hair. And I know there's a lot of gray scale in there, but I'm going to do that anyway. Kind of as an underpainting. And I'm probably going to be switching back and forth between these colors quite a bit because I'll see stuff that I want to change, that I want to add to or whatever. And that's part of coloring, right? You see something you missed, you want to add a color, you want to change it a little bit, brighten it up, darken it down, however you want to say it. Just jump in there with a pencil and do it. Have yourself some fun, man. What it's all about. Yes. So. Let's put some of this up here by the sow. A little brightness. So can you guys start to see where we're going, kind of? You can see how bright it is. It looks kind of funky. Sort of an ugly phase before the ugly phase. I might actually put a glow around the animals because there's already I don't know if you guys noticed that or not, but there's already like a border. Okay, focus camera. There's a kind of a border around the animals. You can see it here. You can see it there too, around the otter. Anyway, it might look cool as kind of a glow around the animals. I think that would be neat. Now see how to draw and color and write in Dad's farming books. Oh, they bought paper and color books too, but I wanted to doodle an animal husbandry book. That would be fun to look at now, wouldn't it? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Mousy, that would be like, it would be like looking in an old sketchbook. That would be awesome. Oh man, I should do that someday. I should bring out some of my old sketchbooks and show you guys because I have so many. Well, thank you, Rochelle. I appreciate that. Happy smell, popcorn popping. Absolutely. Mark's taking the dog out. So, oh, I missed your finger. Oh no. It's a good thing I still have my pencils out. I usually put them away because I can't stand I don't have a lot of room. So I can't stand the clutter like all around. So, but I left them in this. See, I've got them in a little Di Serono, one of my favorite drinks. Can't have it now though. Not while I'm taking medication for depression, and I want to stop taking it so bad because I can't take my melatonin while I'm taking this because it floors me. I cannot function because I take the depression medication at night because it makes me sleepy. Well, more sleepy. Anyway, so I stopped taking the melatonin and I'm having so much trouble sleeping. The melatonin was really helping with my insomnia, but now because of this other medication, I'm just like, oh, can I stop taking? I keep asking my doctor, can I stop taking that now? And she keeps telling me, no, we don't want to stop that yet. And I'm just like, oh man. Well, you're the doctor. I guess you know what you're doing. You ever question that? Whether your doctors actually know what they're doing or not? Oh yeah. Oh, movies. Charlotte, you know what? I would love to show you guys my sketches. Some of them are just totally horrible, but some of them are actually quite good. And a little bit of everything. Yep. Yes, a little bit of everything. Like I've got like still lifes and yeah, nature stuff and just crazy doodles and I I kept a lot of them. Some of them I threw away and some of them got messed up because I mean, let's face it, after a while, when you've got like 3 boxes full of old sketches and nowhere to put them, stuff happens to them, especially if you move. And we moved from an apartment to Phoenix to a rental in Phoenix for a year until we could afford to move to a house that we were going to stay in, which is where we are now. And we had so much stuff. No, that's not true. I had a bunch of stuff. Mark did not have a bunch of stuff. But yeah, you just have a bunch of stuff and stuff happens to it, unfortunately. Okay, I'm going to put that one down. I'm going to go with my next darkest color, I think. Pumpkin orange. Do I want to do that? You know what? I think I'm going to skip the pumpkin orange for now, and I'm going to go right to let's see. There's this one. The terracotta and the henna are almost the same. Henna has a little bit more blue in it. So I think what I'm going to do is save the henna and go with the terracotta because the blue is a good shading color. So I'm just going to go really lightly in some of the darker areas. I didn't go so light with the bright yellow to orange. Okay, I'm sorry. The terracotta is 944. PC 944. And we got about a half an hour here. I just got a notification, Belinda's notification for YouTube, live in 30 minutes. Guys, you got to run on over there and watch her in 30 minutes. I'm done. Absolutely. Because that's going to be freaking fun, man. Darkening in this stuff. Oh, I wanted to make sure I got a shadow here because that's behind her shoulder. So I'm just going to do that light layer right there. And then I'm going to go back here and do another light layer on this grayscale because that's what it's telling me to do. Yes. And kind of fill in here. She doesn't look too bad. She's looking okay. I really like this picture. I'm liking it more and more as I color it. I can't remember which contest it is, but Lisa Matrakin is having a contest where, oh, I think it's past. One of the, if you didn't already have it, the prize was going to be her Knights and Mares coloring book, which is super, totally cool. And, or if you already had the coloring book, I think this was the one where she would do a commissioned drawing for you. Oh my God. So I was like, oh my gosh, what would I want her to do? What would I want her to draw for me? And I came to the conclusion, and this is something that a lot of people would have to research. I would have to research it because it's an obscure, kind of an obscure thing, but there's a, in Celtic history, there's a goddess called the Morrigan, and she's a battle, death, and rebirth goddess. And I would want Lisa to do the Morrigan. I think she should just do a whole coloring book full of goddesses, is what I think. But because of her style is just incredible, and it would lend, I think it would lend itself very well to a whole coloring book full of goddesses. But that's what I would want her to do if she was going to do a commission for me. If I wanted that contest, I was already thinking about what I wanted to do. Because why not? You know, you never know when you're going to win. And I didn't. I think if that contest is already passed, then I didn't win. But oh my gosh, there's so many talented people. Oh my gosh, so many talented. And I love looking at the diversity of the coloring pages that come back. I mean, yeah, they're all the same picture, but they're not. You know, it's just incredible. Just incredible.
This community is amazing.
Yeah, Mark says this community is amazing, and it is totally amazing. I got to get some water. I'm talking myself thirsty here. Oh, Rochelle, no. Stolen? Oh, that is bad. Even if he isn't famous, he was famous with you, Rochelle. You know what I mean? I mean, I look at artwork like that, like just totally just like treasures. Just treasures. And I don't care if the people are famous, not famous. I don't care. If I like it, it's a treasure to me. In fact, I still have one of the things that my youngest son made when he was like in third grade. It's a page probably about this size, and instead of having, you know, a drawing on it, it's got a frame, and the frame is wiggly all the way around, and it's 2 layers inside. It's a wax paper in here, and there's little fish and sea creatures between 2 sheets of wax paper framed by construction paper. And he made it, and I love it. I've kept it all this time because, and he's 30 now, but I love it because it was unique, and he just went to town on that thing. Super cool.
Charlotte's leaving.
Oh, Charlotte, okay. Oh, thank you. I enjoyed having you here. Thank you for being here. You take care too, okay? Thank you, Nick and Tina. Is everything all right with you guys there? I hope. I don't like hearing that people that I know are having difficulties. I want to help everybody. You know what I mean? And there's just, I mean, I can only do so much from my house. I can send you good thoughts. I can send you virtual hugs, words of kindness. And sometimes that's all that matters, you know. When I was really depressed and after my first surgery, when they had to do the Whipple procedure, I was super depressed, and sometimes a kind word from Mark, and that's it. I would just be like a blubbering, ugly cry. It would be like an ugly, oh, sorry guys, my glasses. I'm sorry. I would be ugly crying because I would be like so grateful that he was trying to understand, you know? So Nick and Tina, is everything okay? Just
Clean right now?
cleaning, I think. Yeah. You guys are so sweet. Oh my goodness. Darn notifications. I've gotten like a bunch of notifications and they keep covering up my chat. And I have to do something about that. It's annoying. There's a lot of hair here. A lot of hair. Let's go back there. It's not looking too bad. I think I'm losing my point though. I like having that point on there. It's easier for me to do a light layer if I've got a point on my pencil. So in the future, the next thing after the Spooktober colorathon, what do you guys want to do? What do you want to color? What do you want me to color? Do you want me to color a Hannah Carlson? Do you want me to Johanna Basford? I don't know. Let's see. What else do I have? Oh, son of a gun. Sorry. Let's see. I have Kirby Rosanis. I have Selena Fenech. Oh, Bennett Klein. Bennett Klein is interesting. Yep, Pat, kind words are always appreciated. Yep. Rochelle, what do you mean? Myelograms? What is that? Mousy Klein. We can do that. Who else has any suggestions? Oh, Rochelle, needles in the back. Is that like acupuncture? It doesn't sound like it. It sounds like it's something totally different. Myelogram. I'm gonna have to write that down and look it up later because that sounds really interesting.
Oh wow, 7 at once.
7. Oh my God, you poor thing. 7 at once. Needles in the back. Myelogram. Holy moly, lady. You know what? I have never met so many strong people as I have in this community. We, including me, and I realize that, you guys, you are enduring so much and y'all are so strong to be able to endure that much. And you still come on here and you're kind and generous and you just, I'm mostly in awe because I'm not quite speechless. Mostly in awe because I say mostly because it's I know some people don't have a whole lot of obstacles. Some people, yes, you have a lot of obstacles, and that, oh my gosh, huge amounts of respect. Huge amounts of respect. And I don't really say a lot when I'm in chat. I don't type a lot because I type really slow and it's a pain in the drain for me to keep up. I do react in my own little way here alone, and I would like to comment more than I do, but it seems like by the time I have something typed out, the conversation has moved on. So I'm just like, man, I'm gonna have to go back and modify that statement, or no one's gonna know what I'm talking about. So yeah, but oh my gosh. You know what, Paint Girly, the paper in the Bennett Klein books is quite thin. It's that Amazon Create Space paper that's a pain because you can't really do much on it besides colored pencils. But because the books are so thin, and you can break the spine, you can open them up and flatten them out, you can copy them fairly easily. And I like this paper. I don't know if I showed you, I don't know how many of you guys saw this before. If you're going to use colored pencils, oh, minor accident. This one is really good. This colored pencil Strathmore 400 series, colored pencil paper. It's 100 pound, 163 gram. And this is a 9x12. I would never, I don't know, the 9x12s are good, but they don't have an 8.5 by 11, unfortunately. So you kind of got to trim it. And you can use the smaller pieces for, you know, I mean, you could probably make like greeting cards and stuff out of it, but that's beside the point. Anyway, it's a good paper, and this will go through my printer. My printer doesn't like, it doesn't like paper. It doesn't like anything but copy paper, really. It's kind of picky.
Oh, wow. Rochelle doesn't have a printer or a PC.
Oh my gosh, Rochelle, are you doing everything from your phone? Wow. I bet you are. I bet you're doing everything from your cell phone. I haven't tried that one yet. I just got a ream of paper I'm loving at the moment. Cool. Semi-hard pencil Create Space works okay. Yeah, it works okay. An iPad, I don't own a phone. Wow, Rochelle. Oh my gosh. Somebody, we need to go in on donations and take donations to get Rochelle a phone. I wish that was possible. I wish we could all do that. That would be so cool.
What's Create Space?
Create Space is the I guess it's a company on Amazon that Amazon works with that makes the coloring books, and they use a typical paper in a lot or all of their coloring books.
Oh.
And it's very thin, and it's hard to work with some media, and I don't like it personally. I would much rather have a thicker paper. Nick and Tina have to go now. Okay. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for modding for me, you guys. You're awesome. I hope everything works out. I hope you guys are okay, and I just wish you strength and peace. And because I know how it is when someone's got cancer, it's just, you just got to stick with them until they don't need you anymore. But yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, golly. No donations, not me. Oh, man. I say that. I really would like to. I want to help when you don't have what would be convenient, I guess. You know, a phone would be super convenient, wouldn't it? But yeah, I like iPads though. iPads are pretty cool. I just never really got the hang of using one. I like my phone. I had to get a new phone recently, even though
Nick and Tina are streaming tomorrow night. Just a reminder for everybody.
Oh, cool! You're streaming tomorrow night. What time? What time in your time zone? Nick and Tina, and that's Monday.
Yeah, tomorrow's Monday.
Monday. Yeah, I got to remind myself. That's a good idea, Mark. An office printing facility, yeah. Yeah, you do. Work with what we have, right, Rochelle? That would be cool, Pat. I would like to see you streaming sometime soon. That would be neat. We need a, you know, it's funny. Last night, I was just like, there was like nobody on. There was nobody on for hours. I'm like tooling around YouTube, just looking at stuff like junk journals and coloring book collections and all this other. And I was like, oh, I really want to stream, but I felt horrible, so I didn't. But yeah. So I think Nick and Tina already left. So they're going to stream tomorrow night. You guys, let's see if we can catch them and show some support and stuff. And even if we can't stay, at least thumbs up. But yeah, I think they're doing this for their celebration. I'm not sure, for their celebration for their 1 year anniversary, YouTube anniversary. So yeah, let's go. Still going through here with this this color, this terracotta 944, PC 944. Still working with this one because I want to put more dark in now. And I realized what oh, son of a gun. Sorry guys, I gotta fix that. I gotta do something about that. That's just annoying. It's annoying me, and I'm not watching it on honest. Well, I am watching it on screen, but yep, Michelle, absolutely, absolutely. See, good attitudes. It matters. It matters. And we have bad days. Everybody has bad days, of course. Yeah. I have bad days. I have a lot of bad days. They're health related, but that's okay. It passes. It's okay. Live and learn. I used to be a total night owl, and now I'm a night owl like 1 day a week. But I like being a night owl. But I also like getting up early in the morning and watching the sun come up and listening to these birds that keep singing when it, like right before dawn in our front yard. It's so cool and it's so beautiful. Let's see here. Let's put a little bit of this on that dark spot. Her hair's coming along. Her red is starting to show. Yeah. I'm getting something done now. Let's see. I think that's supposed to be a hawk. It doesn't exactly look like a hawk, but I thought it was a dove, but the story goes along better with it being a hawk. So I'm going to say it's a hawk. So I'm going to color it accordingly when I color. Wow. Like a single all your life. You know, I would have never gotten married the first time if I hadn't grown up in the family that I grew up in. My mom was like, yeah, you know, you gotta grow up and get married and all this. And I was just, okay. Because, you know, I trusted my mom and I believed what she said. And if I had been one of those rebels that didn't really adhere to my mother's points of view, I would have been one of those people that said, I don't know, I'm going to think about this a little bit. But I didn't. And that's okay, because I wouldn't have my kids if I didn't. I have 2 sons. And one of them lives in Portland. The other one lives, I think he's in California. But my youngest is in Portland, and he is an artist. And his girl is, they should be married. They're not going to ever get married. I know this, but they act like they're married. And she's a musician. Sometimes I post songs that she puts on SoundCloud. I post him on my wall. She's got an incredible voice and an incredible talent and probably like 12 guitars. She hangs them on the wall. She posted a picture on Instagram a few years ago of all her guitars hanging on the wall. And it was a beautiful sight, I'm telling you. But yeah, she's a talented lady. She sings at local clubs in Portland. And one of these days, she is going to make it musically because she's just got that much talent. I totally believe that. And they're young still, you know, they're 30, 29, 30. They're still young. They're young enough to do it. I think I'm going to bring that one through here. Kind of squiggle. Because it looks like this one's coming around there too. Her hair is like all weaving in and out of itself. So I'm like trying to figure out where it's going and where it's coming from. And I do see the time. It is 4 minutes till. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my pencils down, and I won't. I'm not going to color on this until we get back into a live stream here, if that's what you guys want. But it's almost time for me to go.
Belinda's up next.
Belinda's up next. Don't forget, go and check out her live stream so you can see her making that her scrapbook journal thing for her Ines Guerrero witches pictures. I cannot freaking wait. That's going to be awesome. Oh, Susan Boyle. Oh, I know. Oh my gosh, her voice. Wow. Oh yeah, I knew who you were talking about. But yeah, so you guys, thank you so much for showing up and for spending time with me and for the conversation. It's never boring, and I appreciate all of you. Totally. Yep. Please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other, and I will see you Tuesday. I'm streaming on Tuesday. We can color on this on Tuesday. If you guys want me to do something else, we can always change last minute. I don't have a problem with that. But yeah, so peace, love. Oops, it's like this. Love. And I'll see you soon. Okie dokie. I'm going to go have dinner now because this smell is like making me starving hungry. I'll see y'all later. Take care. Bye-bye. What are you laughing at?